Okay, so I call this meeting of the Grafton Board of Library Trustees to order at 7:02 p.m. And we'll start the meeting. I will read the draft script for remotely conducted open meetings, which for me is over on that screen. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is confirm the member access. As a preliminary matter, this is Karen Sepatelli, the chair of the Grafton Board of Library Trustees. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. John?
John, here.
Aaron?
Here.
Stephanie?
Present.
And Karen, aye, present. And staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Beth.
Here.
Okay. All right. And as our introduction to remote meetings, good evening. This open meeting of the Grafton Board of Library Trustees is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order, which can be found posted on the town's website, allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of this meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. For this meeting, the Grafton Board of Library Trustees is convening by Zoom, as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and that to take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. All meeting materials have been provided members of this body and are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I note otherwise. And so some meeting business ground rules. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, I will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage in colloquy with other members, please do so through the chair, myself taking care to identify yourself. And finally, each vote taking at this meeting will be conducted by roll call. And for those of you who are not aware, we are going to be having a shortened meeting tonight due to a lack of a quorum, which unfortunately revealed itself about an hour ago. So we are going to be doing is voting on a few of the items, and then everything else is going to be passed over until the next meeting. Aaron?
So I believe a quorum for this board is majority, so we have 4 out of 7.
Correct. And Stephanie cannot stay on the meeting for very long. She is here simply to do a couple of the votes.
Okay, so that I'm fine with the plan. And is there any policies that we really need to approve. Certainly, I'll defer to Beth, but I believe most can either wait till the next meeting, or, we could have a special meeting, posted where we could all meet if it's a
Mhm.
priority.
I'm fine with waiting.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, so what we're going to, Beth and I spoke just a little while ago. So the plan is to vote on the minutes, the bills, and the request for funding for the temporary staff. And after which we will adjourn the meeting and everything else will be postponed. Unfortunately.
thank you.
All right. Okay, so the first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the November 16th, 2022 meeting and the January 25th, 2023 meeting. Do I have a motion?
So moved to approve the January and February minutes. Actually, should we do them separately? I think we probably should. So I move to approve the January 2023 minutes.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion or questions? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Karen, aye. John,
Aye.
Aaron,
Aaron, I.
and Stephanie.
Aye.
Okay, and next up, we'll be approving the minutes for the November 16th, 2022 meeting. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the January 25th, 2023 minutes.
I'll
Uh,
second the motion.
Wait a minute, November 16th.
Oh, I'm sorry. We did the other one.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the November 16th, 2022 meeting minutes.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, any discussion or questions? All right, hearing none. Karen, aye. John,
Aye.
Aaron,
Aaron, I.
and Stephanie.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. The next item we'll be doing is the approving the bills for fiscal year 23. We have warrants 31 and 33. I believe Beth had sent these out previously. Do I have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to approve the library warrant number 31
And
and number
second.
30
Oh, go ahead.
and number 33.
yes.
Okay.
Got it.
And Aaron, second.
Okay, any discussion or questions on that matter? All right, hearing none. Karen, aye. John,
Aye.
Aaron,
Aye.
and Stephanie.
Aye.
All right, great. The next and final item will be the funding request for temporary staff. Beth, would you like to describe that, please?
Yes, thanks, Karen. So without going into a huge amount of detail, we are currently, as of today, down 80 hours of staffing due to unanticipated staff leave. And it's leave time that staff have accrued, so we're paying while they're out, which means it's not like they're staff who are unbenefited and they're not there, so we have the money left to pay or hire a sub or temporary staff member in their place. 80 hours. So one person will be out until July 1st. Another will be out for 9 to 10 weeks. Another is going to reduce until September and then hopefully resume hours. So I'm looking for approval to move up to $28,000 from state aid to our part-time personnel budget so that we can add temporary staffing and keep the building open. We're in dire straits. So I can go into the math detail breakdown if you want. 35 hours, I'm estimating 22.44 an hour, which is a grade 3, step 1 library associate position to just provide desk coverage for one department for almost 20 weeks. The other figure is 35 hours for up to 10 weeks, plus another 10 hours from the same department, 10 weeks. We're also in need of additional staffing specific times of the year, like when we have entire school groups walking to the library for an 8:15 appointment to get a tour. That's before most staff start. We've got to have it. If they start that early, they have to leave early, and we need additional coverage, not just during the tour, but to keep the room open after school. We'll need additional coverage for the egg hunt. We need additional coverage during spring break. The lowest total I could come up to was up to $28,000. We may not use all of it, but that's what we need. And that would just let us resume the bare minimum that we already currently have.
All right, thank you, Beth. Anyone have any questions on that? Yeah, Aaron?
I think it's a good approach. Certainly you want to make sure that you have enough funds and don't have to come back to the board. Certainly if you find that, the initial request wasn't adequate. So the 80 hours is not to be expended all immediately, but through a period of time up until when do you anticipate?
Hopefully 70 hours will return July 1st. Sorry, 35 are coming back the first week of May, another 35 July 1st, and then the 8 to 10 hours September.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's an 80-hour request or 80 hours worth of coverage per week that you're looking to cover. I didn't
Up to
understand
80 hours of coverage per week from now until May 7th or 8th, and then it would be reduced through July 1st. Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Sure.
Mhm. Okay.
To be clear, we do have some great temps. These are mostly youth services positions, and we will be posting anticipated vacancies for additional library substitutes for people with a youth services background. So we will be doing a call for new hires for our temp pool to slot into these positions. We will be offering extra hours to part-time staff first. But some may say no. And we're also in a situation of if you're already working, 18 or 19 hours a week, depending on the way the schedule works out, you might not be able to just pick up and add, another 4 hours on top of your shift that day. So we really need to have new and additional temps to help us cover these gaps.
Correct. Right, so you're anticipating being able to hire people with this rather than using bibliotemps.
Yeah, remember bibliotemps has a 40% surcharge and a 2-week delay minimum in bringing on staff. I would still have to, interview it, even though they're vetted. So it's not quick and it's not inexpensive. So us just doing our own hiring, making them temp candidates seems to be the best approach. I checked in with town administration and they're supportive as long as the town isn't footing the bill, because they can't, our budget is what it is and it's strapped. But we do have reserves.
Okay.
Trustees have
All
reserves.
right. Very good. Okay. All right. So anyway, all right. John?
Yep. So is this gonna in this money coming out of state aid, does that kind of take it away from anything else we were planning on using it for?
I don't think I had state aid money earmarked for anything else. I did suggest that if and when we are able to move forward with the cupola project, that funding should come from a variety of sources. I still don't have an estimate for how much to fix the cupola. But it would seem to me that, again, like the town wouldn't foot the entire bill for that. A grant might not cover the whole amount. So that's the only other thing pressing that I can think of that I would expect when we are able to repair the cupola, regardless of whether we grant a grant or not. Capital campaign, state aid, hopefully CPC should all kick in some money to help take care of that.
Mhm.
And state aid is renewed. So every 6 months, there's a benchmark, whether it's our ARIS report for our statistics or the financial report, where we have to meet some minimum requirements to get our state aid funding. With state $28,000 is a little bit more than half a year of state aid. So whatever we expend now through July 1st, we're going to be getting another check in July for state aid, so long as we remain compliant, with open hours and all that.
Right.
And then I guess, do we anticipate this type of situation as a possibility for next year as well, or something that could happen later in the year? And, is this something that shouldn't ideally be taken out of state aid, and we should have more staff coverage so that these types of things can't affect us so quickly?
Sure. State aid is there under jurisdiction of the Board of Trustees for things like this, for emergencies, for new collections, for emergency repairs. The director needs a new laptop and we didn't budget any equipment money. It's for that kind of thing. Unfortunately, the town's budget being what it is, if we have money in reserve, it's very uncomfortable to continue asking Town of Grafton for money, regardless of what we think their responsibility should be to take care of staffing in the building. I will say that I had to make changes and cuts to my draft FY24 budget, and I probably will be bringing forward another proposal in a month or two after our budget hearing. If I'm not able to increase staff to the level we still need to increase for FY24, I'll be asking for state aid money again in a few months for FY24, because we're limping along with not enough staffing to cover our building.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right, so, yeah, Aaron?
So I'd like to move that we make a motion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve is the figure 28,000 even?
I think we can say up to 28,000.
Well, we're transferring, we'd be transferring funds to the revolving account, is that right? Or would it be?
No.
It would be expending up to $28,000 of state aid money for the purposes of temporary staffing, right?
I would say allocating up to $28,000. Really, it would be an internal transfer to move the money from the state aid account to the library part-time personnel account.
Okay. So I'll make a motion to approve the use of $28,000 of state aid money for the purpose of temporary staffing.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll say Karen, aye. John?
John, aye.
Aaron?
Aaron, aye.
And Stephanie?
Aye.
Okay. All right, Beth, does that give you what you need to move forward now?
Yes, we will be posting temporary positions tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay. All right, listen, everyone, thank you so much. Sorry for the last minute change here. Like I said, we just learned about this at about 6 o'clock tonight. The next policy subcommittee meeting will be on March 15th at 7 p.m. And our next board, oh, wait a minute. No, all right, Beth, yes. All right, that conflicts with the finance committee meeting.
Yeah, we may have scheduled a policy committee for March 15th, but it turns out that FinCom is calling us to meeting, and that's going to take precedence at 6:30. We may not be done by 6:30. So, yeah.
All right. And that email just came out
Just
like
went out.
20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so anyway, all right. So, anything else? There's one thing in the chat and I'm not sure what Nancy is referring to. When do you plan to address the open meeting violation?
Are you referring to our last meeting?
I'm referring to the open meeting violation that you filed with the state about missing the notification of the meeting. And then the problem is you just failed to take the next steps. It was supposed to be sent to the board, and then you were supposed to address it as a board in 10 days, which really extends you out to about 20 days because of weekends and the holidays. But you have not even brought it up. And I believe the whole board is not even aware of it. So you have to discuss it. You have to respond to it. There's directions underneath at the bottom where you signed. I got a copy today.
Okay, I was told by the attorney's office that I didn't even need to disclose it. And if we wanted to take further actions, it was up to us to do so and was told not to.
I believe the rest of the board isn't even aware of it.
I believe we are. So, yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Nancy. But yes, I have seen the lawyer's report on that. That
Okay,
it was not
no worries.
even
I addressed it.
that it was not even required for Beth to file that. She filed that just to cover everything. And the state came back and said, we don't know why you filed this. It wasn't required. We don't need it, was the response we got from the state. So,
That's fine. You still have to follow the procedure. I actually verified that at the municipal center today. So the board needs to address it publicly and you need to respond to it, even if it's because she filed it. That's the procedure. I'm sorry. It's happened across a few other boards. I was just trying to give you a heads up.
mhm.
Have a good night.
All right. Thank you, Nancy. Okay. All right. So with that,
Karen,
yes.
sorry, just because this just got brought up, just for just so that there is a record. I am glad that you knew about it, not know about it. So I do not know if everyone in the board does.
Okay.
I know that we're not discussing it further right now, but it was not something that every board member was aware of.
Okay.
It was in the meeting minutes, which we voted to approve this evening.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't realize that this was something that we had to continue to address. I'm saying,
Neither was I.
yeah.
No.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was in the minutes.
According to legal, we didn't need to do anything else. And according to the state, it was all set as well. All right. So Beth and Aaron, can you
welcome.
let us know when you reschedule that policy subcommittee meeting? Now that March 15th has gotten very popular.
Absolutely. Debbie, I can work directly, I can work directly with Debbie, Beth. And we can come up with another date that would work for, the four of us to meet. So that'd be fine.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. And the next meeting for the Board of Library Trustees is March 22nd at 2023 at 7 p.m., which I don't think we have a conflict with that as of this moment. No. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. May everyone please stay in good health. RJ, I hope you have enough meeting notes for what you need.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got enough. Thank
You're
you.
more than welcome to join us at a longer meeting. They are very exciting. So we'll let you know about that. So, all right. Thank you, everyone. So I call the meeting. Oh, wait a minute. We need a motion.
Yeah, so I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
And I'll second.
Okay. Any further comment or questions? All right. All right. We'll vote on that. Karen, aye. John,
Aye.
Aaron,
Aaron, I.
and Stephanie.
Aye.
And may everyone stay healthy and well. Thank you so much.